Yeah, so I'm working on this 2008 Pontiac G6 today, and based on what the owner told me, the symptoms kind of sounded like it might have had like a leaky fuel injector. But I actually did a fuel injector balance test, and all of the injectors actually dropped down to the same PSI. They all dropped down from like 48 to 18 PSI. So doesn't seem like leaky injectors, is very unlikely that they would all drop to the exact same PSI and, be leaking in the exact same way. So, but I did some other testing to it and actually found out what the problem is. But you can see right here, I've got my fuel pressure gauge hooked up to the fuel rail, and there's actually no pressure on the gauge right now because I drained all the fuel out. There's a relief valve right here where you can drain all the fuel out of the gauge, and I got it running down into a drain pan down there. So I let all the fuel out just to show you what this thing will do. And I got my scan tool out here, and I can use it to command the fuel pump on, and it'll basically do the same thing as if you were cycling the ignition key, where it does the initial fuel pump prime for like 2 or 3 seconds. So I'll show you what it does. There's an on-off button here on the scan tool where I can command the pump on to do that prime, and I'll hit the button now, and it jumps up to about 34 PSI. And so then I got to hit the off button to be able to do it again, and so I'll do it again. It doesn't move at all. It'll never build up pressure. Matters how many times you cycle the key. It never gets past about, the highest it got to was about 38 PSI. It moved a couple PSI right there on that one. I'll do it again. Yeah, nothing. So turn it off. I'll hit it again. Nothing. So it's a bad fuel pump, but it does run. It will start and run. I can show you what the gauge does when it's running. It might be a little delayed crank here, I'm not sure. Now it started right up. But the gauge just constantly flutters like that. It was staying kind of stable earlier. Sometimes when you hit the gas or rev it up, it'll be a little more stable. But it's at about 46, 47 PSI. 46 or 47. And actually specs is supposed to be 50 to 60 PSI. And the highest I've got it to, it almost hit 50. It hit about 49 or 50 a little earlier. But yeah, I can't actually hit the gas and record the gauge at the same time. But it'll get up to about 48, 49, but it'll constantly flutter like that, even if you're stepping on the gas at higher RPMs. And I can't show you, I can't record it and at the same time as trying to start the car, but the pressure will actually drop as soon as the car starts. The pressure drops way down and then eventually builds back up. But yeah, it's a bad fuel pump, and seems like the check valve in it is bad too, because if I turn the car off, it doesn't hold pressure for really any period of time. It loses about 1 psi per minute. So I think the check valve inside of the pump is bad also. But I don't know if there's anything else I can show you about this one. Yeah, I guess I could show you the injector balance test. Right here, fuel injector balance. I got to do that one with the car turned off though. So I'll go into this this little menu for pulsing the injectors. I don't think I can get it real good here on the camera, but it gives me an option down here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's for cylinder 1, 2, 3, and 4 injectors. And move the camera over here, move the gauge back over here. But I'll post this number 1 injector right now. And it's at about 15 psi. It was about 18. It was dropping to about 18 earlier when I pulsed the injectors earlier. And they all dropped to the same pressure, so it doesn't seem like any of them are leaking. But yep, it's a bad fuel pump on this one. So figured I'd just make a video on this one, and hopefully someone out there likes it. And that's probably it on this one, and I will talk to you on the next one.